Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. I was surprised to find out that this Saturday we are going to see a big boxing fight coming up with Floyd Mayweather going up against Berto, which is going to be coming to you live from the MGM in Las Vegas. The titles that are going to be defended are the WBA, WBC, and the ring welterweight titles. All are going to be on the line. Honestly, in my mind, I think that this does not live up to the hype. And honestly, in my mind, when I thought that Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather went down, I thought that that was going to be the death of boxing. Obviously, there will always be a ring, and there'll always be two guys going in there to slug it out. But in my mind, Major League Boxing, as a major sport in the United States, honestly, is way down. There is no hype for this fight. I didn't even know about this fight, and honestly, I could have lived all the way until Sunday and not even have known this fight was going to happen if it wasn't for my friend Justin last night asking if we were going to be watching the fight this weekend. Honestly, when this fight was announced, Berto was looked at as a guy like, who is this? And I haven't even looked in to see what this fight is going to cost. The Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao fight is a fight that Floyd made millions upon millions upon millions of dollars to a fight that everyone was complaining that no one was going to pay the $100 in order to see the fight. Everyone stepped up to the plate, basically, because I think nobody knew who was going to order the fight, and at the last minute didn't want to be the one guy who didn't get a chance to see the fight. Over 3 million buys worldwide. That was huge. But from listening to the Wrestling Observer radio this morning with them talking about everything that happened that weekend with Mayweather being allowed to take an IV the night before the fight, and basically everyone knowing about it but not letting it known. Word was out that Manny Pacquiao had been injured on his training in order to get to the fight, but the Floyd Mayweather people wouldn't even let Manny Pacquiao get a shot in order to sort of heal the pain. Manny had to go out there like a man and fight the fight as it was. With Floyd Mayweather being the promoter as well as the fighter, I think that he stacks the deck too far against himself. And with his record at 48-0, with him beating Berto at 49-0. It just, to me, honestly, everybody keeps saying that this is going to be Floyd Mayweather's last fight. This is when he's going to announce his retirement. He might announce his retirement, but this is not going to be his last fight. He signed a deal to go over to Showtime, and honestly, in my mind, I think that he's going to be going back to HBO. I think that there's going to be money put down on the table. I think people want to see, or I think people know that people will pay for a Floyd Mayweather fight until this guy loses. No matter if it takes him all the way until he's fighting into a, taking a walker down to the ring. I think that people, have put enough money into trying to see this guy lose, whether if it's paying for the Marcus Maidana fights or the Sal Alvarez fights, the Guerrero fights. Honestly, in my mind, I don't think, besides for the Pacquiao fight, I don't think I've been as excited to see Mayweather fight since about 2011 when he fought Victor Ortiz and Shane Mosley. I thought those were two fights that I thought really had something really going for him. When he beat Ricky Hatton back in 2007, that was a pretty well hyped up fight, but that was years ago, and I just don't think boxing has the effect of it. I don't think a lot of people even know about this fight, but it would just be hilarious if basically, Mayweather goes in and loses his fight to Berto, and he loses the fight that nobody cared about because nobody even knew that this was going to happen. Honestly, when you build something up, like, Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao, which is a fight that had years and years of build, and then it finally happened, even though, weeks into this fight happening, people thought wasn't even going to go to happen with, tickets not going on sale until momentarily, almost the day of the fight, it seemed. It just seemed like that fight was a catastrophe. And, the more, I think that honestly, there'll be documentaries and there'll be books made about this fight and the things that Mayweather did behind the scenes in order to shift things into his favor. Just didn't make a whole lot of sense. When it comes down to it, is Floyd Mayweather going to win this fight? Yes. Just because That's the way it's going to go. Is this going to be a 12-round decision? Yes. Of course it is. Mayweather hasn't dropped the guy since 2011. He hasn't won a fight by TKO since 2007. He's going to do what he does. He's going to go in there. He's going to, just sort of run around the ring. He's going to try to evade, being... He's going to try to evade, as much fighting as possible. And at the end of the day, he'll throw the punches that land, and the guys will give him the win. And that's just about it. So that's how Saturday is going to go. Floyd Mayweather, Andre Berto. Honestly, in my opinion, Mayweather seems like a smart guy, but honestly, with a lot of fantasy football drafts going down this week, with football opening up, having a big game on Thursday, as well as having full opening day on Sunday, trying to get everybody together on a Saturday night, to watch a Mayweather fight, honestly, in my mind, wasn't the best night for a fight. But this guy honestly has stacks and stacks of more cash than I do, so obviously he knows what he's doing.